Hi there, everyone. My name is Christian Eschbach, and welcome to another wonderful episode of my album reviews. Today, we are going to be looking at 90s legendary supergroup, the Damn Yankees. All right, sorry, I was just having a little fun there. Why are they a supergroup? Well, let's start with they have Ted Nugent, the Motor City Madman. Say what you want about him and his politics, because God knows I've said more than my fair share about him and his politics. The man can play guitar. I have seen him live. He plays something fierce. To watch his hands move while he plays, just, oh, there is something magic about that man, okay? But we're going to ignore politics. We're looking just at the music, okay? Next, we've got Jack Blades from Night Ranger. You are not going to see a Night Ranger review from me anytime in the near future, okay? That was the part of the 80s and 90s. No. It's on this album, but I'm okay with it on this album because it works well on this album. And not because of Ted Nugent either. It's actually because of the next member, who is from Styx, Tommy Shaw. Tommy Shaw wrote some of my favorite Styx songs, and he is by far a magnificent musician and writer. Underrated, I think. Probably because he's such a pretty boy and really kind of, to me, is like the music world's version of HBK from the WWE. Finally, the drummer of the band is the only member that is not from another group, which is why I say a legendary supergroup. They're not really a supergroup technically, because to be a real supergroup, why all the members are supposed to come from known bands. Michael, what is it? Cart Cartoloni. I'm not sure which way to put the inflections on the letter. Sorry. Um, Fantastic drummer because I've seen him with Ted Nugent because Ted Nugent kept him as a drummer after the damn Yankees went their separate ways. Fantastic drummer, dude can play, and he sings while he plays. He's got a great rig where he's got a microphone that actually swings around in front of him so he can sing while he's playing. Awesome. Now, damn Yankees are both everything that was great about the death of the glam age of metal, and yet at the same time there was some amazing musicianship that was born out of this because Tommy Shaw and Jack Blades went on to do their own solo stuff together, plus they worked with a lot of other musicians. They were on Alice Cooper's Last Temptation album. They're fantastic musicians. Now, I should point out that this is my original CD that I bought probably back in 92 or 93. And I've lost the cover because it's been booed around and kicked around and played so much and been here, there, and everywhere. I'm pretty sure I've replaced most of the casing, actually. It was popular back in the day. Nowadays, with that whole retro thing, it might come back and be really good. I've heard a couple of the songs picking up, on the radio again. So let's actually get into this album. The album opens up with the song Coming of Age. Great tune. Great way to open the album. I've heard that one getting some radio play again. It is a fantastic song. It's a little cliche, it's that whole teenage angst coming up of age, and to hear, a bunch of guys that at this point were at least in their 30s singing about it, it's kind of like, all right, let's go with it. Yeah. And when I say at least in their 30s, I'm being generous in the case of certain members. Next up, we've got Bad Reputation. Great tune. The harmonies, Jack Blade and Tommy Shaw with the vocal harmonies and stuff like that made for a really good combo this way. They were able to play off of each other really well. Jack Blade did a lot of the leads, Tommy doing a lot of the backgrounds and whatnot, but the two mixing together, it just sounds beautiful. And Bad Reputation, well, giving a little balls, a little still has a little nuance and flavor and something that captures you because the vocals are just like, ooh, hello. The downside is they sound like every other glamish band vocally, because, and I'm not talking like Motley Crue glamish. I'm talking like oh, I don't even know which one. Like go with Poison and Skinny Row and stuff like that. After that, we go into Runaway. Runaway is a good tune. Runaway for me is more about the music. I like the pace of it. I like it. Uh, I listen to it a lot while I'm out riding on my bike and stuff like that, just because I like the pace and as it goes. After that, it's High Enough. High Enough has been getting a lot of radio play again. I'd say that one of all the songs on here is probably one I've been hearing getting the most radio play again. It's the big ballad. It's the power ballad of the album, the super power ballad of the album. It's okay. Yeah, I understand why so many people like it. I get why dudes would get into it as well as chicks, and why it just captures that romantic dance feel. That's what it is. That after that we kick it back into high octane with the band song "Damn Yankees." I know some people that hate when bands do songs with their own names in it or feel a need to throw their own name into a song or whatever, like they're self promoting or aggrandizing or whatever. Damn Yankees is a fun song, man. It is. They just get into it and they rip into it. They have fun. It's meant as a fun album track. It is not meant as a commercial track. It's not meant as a radio track. It's meant as a fun album track. Then we go into Come Again. It's an okay song. I think it kind of gets lost a little in the album. Probably the weakest song on the album. That's followed up by Mystified. Now, there's a certain vibe to Mystified I really, really like. I really dig the way that they do it. It's got kind of this bluesy kind of kick to it, but it's not. It doesn't sound bluesy, It's if you watch my review for Aerosmith Permanent Vacation, I talk about some of the songs they do in there having a bluesy kick without, or you can hear the bluesy roots in it. This one you can hear the bluesy roots, the bluesy kick to it, like certain songs on that album, that time period. But it doesn't sound bluesy. It doesn't have that twang to it. It's cleaner. It's neater. From there, we go into Rock City. Okay, Rock City, high pace, really gets you pumped up, really gets you going. Good song for when they're playing live and, they need something to go with. It's not a song that I would ever think of covering. It's not a song that I would ever put into a playlist anywhere. But when I'm out riding on my bike and I want the high endurance, and when I say riding my bike, I mean my bicycle, my mountain bike. I want the high endurance. I want the speed. I want to get my heart rate up. I want to get it pacing. That's a good song for that. Tell Me How You Want It. I actually dig that tune. It's I like the honesty behind it. Just the forthcoming, the tell me how you want it, as the chorus, as the track set or the track title says there. It's good in the background, like if you're at a party and it plays in the background, it's a good tune to have in the background. It's not It's not the type of song that I would go out of my way to put on, but it's the type of song that's fun to listen to. It really is. It's got good grooves, it's got good hooks, it's got good melody. It's a well built song. And then the album finishes off with Pile Driver. Pile Driver is like Damn Yankees. It's a fun song. You're not supposed to take it seriously. Musically, yes. Lyrically, definitely not. But it is a great tune. It really caps off the album well. It's high endurance. It gets you going. I like when you get Ted Nugent doing his little raps to a small degree because Ted Nugent oddly is a little rapper himself. And I like when he gets in there and he does his little thing on this album. He does it. It sounds really cool. It's this album is an album. If you like that late 80s, early 90s glam esque or polished, refined, if you're into Skid Row or if you're into Night Ranger, Styx is not a good example of this, and neither is Ted Nugent either, because this does not sound like a Ted Nugent album. It doesn't sound like a Styx album. I don't think it sounds quite like a Night Ranger album, but Night Ranger would be the closest one out of the three to compare it to. It's that time period, and it has amazing musicianship. The song structures are beautifully done. It's not just the format of intro, verse, chorus, solo, verse, chorus, exit. There's a lot more to it. A lot of songs have breakdowns in them. You get into great harmonies. Some of the bridge work in it alone is fantastic. And obviously the guitar solos, right? Okay. Ted Nugent, once again, is a phenomenal guitarist. I will never take that away from him ever. And on this album, you hear why he is a phenomenal guitarist and why I won't take that away from him. However, it's Ted Nugent, so take what you want with it, okay? I would suggest anybody pick this album up. If you find it, pick it up. It's good. It's worth having. I don't know if I would pay top dollar for it, depending on how readily available it is, but a used copy is just as well. This was recorded in digital format to start with, so if you buy one of the original CDs like I've got here, it holds up in sound quality to any CD that basically is getting released today. It's got that whole triple D on the back. Could it be maybe boosted a little bit nowadays because, digital technology has gone that much further? Sure, definitely. However, seriously, I can put it in a mix with any of my digitally remastered CDs or any CDs that have come out in recent years. It sounds similar. That with that quality, that sound, that digital sound. Pick it up, folks. It is a fantastic album. Other than that, though, as usual, love you all. Peace and take care. Hit the subscribe button to get notifications when new videos come out.